All right, well, what began as a community art project has turned into a worldwide movement. PostSecret has been made into 5 best-selling books, displayed in museums and galleries around the globe, and also told in spoken word on stage.
Yeah, we are super excited. Joined now by the creator of the PostSecret phenomenon, Frank Warren, who was awarded the Mental Health Advocacy Lifetime Achievement Award, which is a huge deal. Great to see you.
Congrats.
It's great to be here.
You were on the show once before. I can't even recall.
Before me.
Oh, before. Okay, so that was
BT.
That was maybe 9 years ago or something?
This project continues to grow, and there are 6 PostSecret books. There's a website, there's a play, there's an app, there's an album. There's something about these deep secrets that people are sharing that's just super compelling.
I want to talk about the fact that you've received this Mental Health Advocacy Lifetime Achievement Award, which I think is wonderful. How did the books, in your opinion, lead you to be recognized for that?
I don't think there's a direct connection between suicide and PostSecret, but before I started the project, I was a volunteer on a suicide prevention hotline, kind of listening to people's deepest secrets at 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. And through that process, I think I've come to learn that suicide is kind of one of America's secrets. It's a secret we don't talk about, and sometimes that makes it worse.
How do you, hearing all these secrets, even at that moment, not be consumed by them? Because I think sometimes, you know, whether you're a very empathetic or sensitive person, it's really hard when you know secrets or when you hold secrets to not allow them to consume you with negativity.
For me, creating that safe, non-judgmental place where people can talk about those feelings, whether they're funny or hopeful, hidden acts of kindness or anguish, I think it gives people a voice to unburden themselves in a way that I think ultimately is helpful.
Release it.
Let it go. Catharsis.
What was the original question? What's your secret?
So I printed up 3,000 self-addressed postcards and handed them out to people on the streets of Washington, D.C., inviting people to write down a secret, decorate the card, something they'd never told anyone else before, and mail them to my home. And
With their name?
No, all anonymous.
No names.
Wow.
Okay.
And I was surprised right from the start. Early on, I got a postcard made out of a Starbucks cup, and the secret said, "I serve decaf to customers who are rude to me."
I like that. That's very passive aggressive.
Yeah,
I feel like
I've done things like that.
And
That's
then
awesome.
in the play, we share these secrets that I didn't even know exist. These are like stories from a parent, usually a father, that turn out to be a complete and total lie told to kids. So one example is, my dad used to tell me that when the ice cream truck played music, it meant they had run out of ice cream.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
I'm gonna tell someone
like
that in
that.
Kenosha, because there's an ice cream truck that comes around.
I know you're
That's
gonna
crazy. So some of these really are like they're funny. They're making light of things. How did this go from receiving all of those postcards, all of these secrets, and turning it into then a stage show and books and things that people could come and be a part of?
Well, we do try and make the play very immersive and experimental. In the intermission, people are invited to write down their secrets on postcards, and some of those are read back to the audience by the actors in the second act. And there are stories about how the secrets have come to life, how they've changed people's lives, brought people together in marriage through telling a confession. There are a lot of surprises for sure.
The show is tonight only, so I'm glad that you mentioned the show. We can talk a little bit more about that in a second. It's tonight at 7:30, tonight again only, the only time you can see the show at the Marcus Center. But I wonder, you're married, right?
Yes.
Do you also have children?
Yes.
Do you have, what's the role of secrets in your own life?
That's a great question that's rarely asked me, but both my wife and daughter have shared secrets with me on postcards. They tried to keep them anonymously, but I discovered who they were.
Way.
Yeah.
Oh.
So my daughter, when she was in middle school, she wrote this secret that said, she made it up, obviously.
Yeah.
She said, I was scuba diving and somebody drowned and I never told anybody. And I knew it was hers. And she wanted to get it up on the website. And so she was watching me lay out the postcards for the website one night. She pointed to that one and she said, "Dad, why don't you put that one on the website? That's pretty good." And I said, "Oh, Haley, I had to call the FBI about that secret." And she never suggested another one. My wife's was one that said, I always wanted to sleep with Richard Gere. So that was
True.
one I don't usually talk about during interviews. You guys got it out of me.
That secret. That was good. That's fun.
Do you think people give you fake secrets quite often to just try and get themselves noticed?
I think that sometimes when you're talking about self-revelation, secrets are stories about yourself. Sometimes the ones that you think you're making up really can be the deepest. I've had people follow up with emails that say, I thought I was writing up a good post-secret secret to mail you, but I actually saw it on the website and realized it was a part of me coming out to myself.
Wow.
So sometimes I think it's the ones that people think they're making up that can impact them and others the most as well.
Well, and speaking of impact, that's what people say about the show that's tonight, is that it can be one of the most emotional experiences they've ever seen on a stage. What do you tell people about the show if they're interested in coming?
It will take people on an emotional journey for sure. There's one scene where we play back voicemail messages that people have been saving on their cell phones from friends and family members who've passed away. And then at the end, I'm doing a talk back, and that can be really interesting. At the last one, there was a teenage girl. She stood up and she was gripping the seat in front of her. I could see her fingers, and she was next to her mom. And she came out in front of her mom for the first time in front of this so supportive audience that was applauding, and strangers were coming up and hugging her. Her mom embraced her. So for me, the most exciting part of the performance is not just that it's entertaining and enriching, but when you leave the theater, you might have an unforgettable conversation with whoever you came with.
So cool.
Incredible.
Might tell your secret.
Yeah, it's great to see you again. Thank you
Great to
so
be
much
here.
for being here. It's
Nice
been
to
a
meet
long
you.
time since you last visited. We're excited that you're in Milwaukee. Got this incredible show tonight only, 7:30, Marcus Center box office. Give them a call for tickets fast. 414-273-7206, marcuscenter.org. And congratulations to you on not just being successful with this, but truly making an impact in people's lives and in mental health as well.
You're on purpose.
Changed my life for sure. Sometimes when you pursue that quirky thing, it can take your life, turn it upside down, and just send you on an amazing journey that brings you here.
Love it.
Wonderful. So great to see
Congrats,
you. Thank
Frank.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
We appreciate it.